Save yourself. The modern life is a scam, and we had to see it. And over the past few years, people made different free will decisions. If you're a person that's listening to this podcast, you're a very deep thinker, you're spiritually in tune. I've watched many people I know, people that I care about very much. Over the years, they themselves were tricked into throwing their lives away. And in this talk, I hope to awaken anyone that could hear me. Can you hear me? The modern life is a scam. Save yourself before it's too late. Reconnecting with a lot of people, really seeing, where they are in life. And there's fear. There's fear of not fitting in. There's fear that you have to do all the things that they tell you on TV, the type of lifestyle, prerequisites, if you will. But talking to people that I care about, they're trapped and their lives are broken. And I appreciate that, Gretchen. So I avoided the modern life, and it's not about me anymore. It's about you. And really, God always gives me these synchronicities in the past 24 hours, and it's just divine timing. Sometimes the greatest things in life, it's not the fireworks, and I've been sharing this with people, and it's a click that happens on the inside. And yesterday, just all different types of, whether maybe just an acquaintance to people that I knew for years, and their lives are destroyed, both men and women. And in this talk today, I'm talking to both men and women. I'm going to give you real life examples. You have to have the courage. I shared with the community, we're leaving a life of obligation and we're headed to a life of creation. And every move that you make, every decision that you make, is it obligation to make that move, to make that decision, or is that decision, is it coming truthfully from your heart? Are you doing things out of fear, or are you doing it because you love it? In the past few years, the reality came alive, and it was done by design. And we went through a hard season. And today I'm going to teach you about the hard season and what God does to you in the wilderness. And the people that, and they're good people. They're good people. This message is just so that someone can hear me in this world. Maybe in this world, there's a man, there's a woman that hears this message, and finally you will opt out, and you have to realize it yourself. What the heck are you living for? You don't take any material possessions with you. It's the love and experience, and people are afraid of people. There's a lot of anger in the world, and there's really no point to anything of material wealth outside of just living your everyday life in comfort, where your nervous system is at peace. And it really is the simple life over a life of chaos. Just because that life, has a lot of prestige and a lot of money attached to it, it doesn't mean it's a life of peace. And In a post-2020 world, we learn this at a spiritual level. Some people in the world, they're disconnected from their spirit. But if you're listening in today, you're on the right track. Very grateful if you hit the like button. It's very deep talk today. God refined us in the hard season, post-2020. And it's really post-2020. Myself and some of my buddies, we actually loved 2020. 2020 was so peaceful. Yeah, we were already going out on hikes. We were already, and that's how I lived my everyday life, out in nature. No desire to go to the club. No desire for any of these things. A peaceful life where you actually had time for your friends. You had time for your friends. You had time for you. No one has time anymore. Nobody has time anymore. So we went on a journey, and those that are tuned in, we walk a similar walk. And there was silence in the wilderness over the past few years. Prayers weren't answered. Doors stayed closed. Heck, the door slammed right in your face, kid. The grief that you had inside, it got louder and louder. And you get to the place where the change happens. You might even say, heck, there is no God. And when it gets silent, God wants a transformation as you are refined in the wilderness. There is intensity. There was intensity over the past few years. The intensity that we've lived through is very different than the intensity if you haven't opted out of the modern life yet. This whole transitional phase was to opt out of the modern life that actually steals your life. Well, you're a battery for the matrix in the modern life. You can't get out of it. You have to make a decision to pull the cord. You have to make the decision to opt out. There was an intensity over the past few years, and you find yourself on the other side of suffering. And when you get to the place, when you're saying, wow, the prayers just aren't answered anymore, and this is a season. Every door slammed in your face, the door stayed, it just, no matter what, like in the past, maybe things this has been going on for years for us. And then when you say to yourself, this is like a feeling, I give like the feelings that people go, you say, well, I guess there is no God. The point of the hard season, the point of the wilderness, was to realize that you are God. You are the I am presence, and that's what God wants for you. Not to sit around and treat God like a genie in a bottle, not to grovel on the floor, but to realize that you are the creator. This was the road. In the past few years, we were on a road, and perspective, I left a video for the Patreon community last night. Perspective is so important in life. You put things into perspective, and you put yourself back. You put yourself back, and you say, okay, this is how it was 2019 before this all started. This is what my life would have been, and you put things into perspective, and then you hear the stories from your brothers and sisters that you care about, and they're not doing too well, and you love them, and the only thing you could do is speak about it. And that's what we do here, we speak about it. A lot of things happened for you, but you opted out. It's not easy to opt out of the matrix. It's not easy to step away from all these things. Concepts of obligation You were given obligations that what about your everyday life, kid? Now you become the creator. Jobs and relationships are part of the modern life scam. You see, everything is what it is. And people rushed to go straight to the end. You got in a trap because people put the fake matrix construct of time that you're running out of time. That's why your health and wellness was taken from you, because you felt like you're running out of time, but you actually weren't supposed to age. You were supposed to evolve. Hi. And sometimes in life, we need a lighthouse to inspire us. In science, it's known as the 100th monkey effect. And, maybe as I have inspired some people and seeing people I haven't seen in years and, to inspire them, just like there are people that are in their 70s that inspire me. And we start to realize we don't age once we opt out of the matrix. You hold on to the traumas in your bodily systems. You have to be healthy. You have to be spiritually well. You have to be able to resurrect from an old life, and you come back in your new life with powers like never before. And we rise and we heal. Ronnie, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you so much. Always beautiful starting my day with you and the Our Everyday Life family. Gratitude and respect. I appreciate you, Ronnie. I love you so much. Thank you for the support. I love you. Nobody has been immune to the change. Now, what I'm here to do is give you another option. I don't want to just say, oh, it's this is because we're leaving that life of, a lot of people are unable to handle. You have to be a light warrior to handle what we've went through in the past few years. So I'm here to tell you, not everything in life was an attack on you. However, God gives us a season where we can rise. And there are things that are happening in the unseen, even though I go through this myself. Me too. I say, why is this? But in the future, because the future proves past, you could turn around, you could watch my full video on what is a quantum event. I look at some of the things, if I were to just say the words, this is what happened to me in 2021. This is what happened to me in 2023. Whatever the earthly, whatever the worldly, okay, this is what happened in this reality, in this realm. But from a quantum level, from the level of God, oh, things were happening in the background. And because we are the I am, the inner world, now we are operating in an outer world that is fluctuating. There's billions of people also broadcasting frequencies. But the way that the life is, that old reality is finished. And it's hard. The people, the things, and the situations that represent the old life, the modern life is a scam, and save yourself today. Save yourself today. This means you have to go to destination unknown. And listen, some people, it's easier for them. It was actually a difficult thing for me. But then you leave that structure. Maybe I'm not going to be a public school teacher anymore with a guaranteed check every 2 weeks, and I know what I'm going to get, because there's a lot of things that are wrong in the world, and I have to allow God to take it all away from me because I'm better than the matrix itself. Okay. Well, I'm out here and now I'm doing it, and I have all these people that maybe supported me, part of the group, but they only like you if you agree with everything that's inside of them. No, I have to show up every day with truth. I have to allow it all to fall apart. God is going to refine you. And in the past few years, and you could reflect on him, but you did growth. We had our ups and downs in the past few years. But now we have exited the matrix and you can never go back. I did a video years ago about the spiritual awakening journey, and it was entitled, "Warning, there is no turning back." Do you agree with that? Yeah. You can't go back. Once you can't unsee it. Once you become conscious, you can't go unconscious. Once you see the narcissistic energy and the archetype, you can't deal with them no more. Can't do it. We're responsible for ourselves as people that we could care about. But, and that's why we have to pay it forward. And this comes from the obligations type of relationships. This comes from the obligation type of job. It's not a vocation. It's not something you truthfully love. That man is not something that you truthfully love. Okay, that broad is not the divine feminine. You don't even. You understand what I'm putting out there? So all of these things, if you go like people in the world think, and it's not your fault, it's the pressure. It's the pressure of social media, mainstream media, and all the nonsense, okay? That's why we have Our Everyday Lives. We're growing every day. I appreciate if you click like and subscribe, and we can move on. Cliff, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. Thanks for your daily encouraging us with truth and authenticity. I love you, Cliff. We're all on the journey, Cliff. Appreciate you. So people rush into things and they go right into the trap. You have to understand this. So like if it comes to the workplace, I'm grateful for all the new people showing up, and people don't realize, and if you are new, you go to the channel page, it's a little circle with my face in it, you click on it, open, and you got all the videos waiting for you. This was an 8-year journey to get to where I am. And now when I go on timelines, I observe, I'm the observer, right? You might be the observer, and I could observe, and I'm just here to observe life. And just be myself. And I've achieved peace. But it took a long time. Watched the short on it. Did a YouTube short recently on how do you get your peace. In 1 minute, you change your life with that. Okay? So now I go around. And I've already done it. And I've achieved. It's not a perfect life. It wasn't easy to go through. But there are situations in life, and you have to hear me, not all situations are the same. There are certain things that either you can never come back from, or it is going to make it exponentially difficult for you to get out of. Like you might be a person that opted out in 21, you started a new journey, and we are years. And people went the other way, and people went more into the matrix. There's a lot of stuff that's out on the internet, and people are educating themselves and breaking free. And some people said, "Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that." Okay. So now, where the free will was, there's people, it's fascinating. I see both spectrums. I had someone write to me, and I was shocked, but. Sharing her story years ago, I knew she had something in her, and she broke free. And then there are very great spiritual people because of the matrix life, because maybe they married the wrong man. They can't get out of it. If you are the divine feminine, you have to understand this. Whereas, so a lot of the people have similar characteristics in the past few years. You might have been alone in the past few years. If any of this resonates, you could write live or on the replay. You spent a lot of time alone. All saboteurs in your life were exposed, and that was so you didn't go further down. If you went further down the path, like sometimes God says, "Not up in here." Did you have that? Did your whole life? Yeah, me too. Right? So we could laugh about this as a community, but over the past few years, right? You didn't want to go further down, and sadly, some of our brothers and sisters did go further down. So God goes, "Not up in here with that job, not up in here with that circumstance, not up in here with that parasite broad," right? Or that simp male, right? You know what I'm talking about. Whatever your lens is, God just goes, "Not up in here." Boom, there it goes. And now you're on the journey. And now you say, "Is there anyone like me?" Then you start going out. Then you start analyzing. And then you realize, heck, the modern life is a scam, because all my brothers and sisters, they had their lives eviscerated by this matrix. And when you see them, and sometimes you watch, like over the past few years, I know this, and I watch people, and they won't hear you. And it's like watching them, and it's like watching the car wreck in slow motion, and there's nothing that you can do. A lot of people feel that, Amy. Amy writes, "There is no one like me." In this world, you'll be lucky if there is whatever you're looking for, guy, girl, or whatever your relationship. You're here to experience your life. No one tells you how to live your life, okay? Your Uncle Mike doesn't judge you. Click subscribe. Let's take the journey, all right? So whatever it is, the point is, we are social people, and you can't learn, like that's why it doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, or if the type of relationship is different than a relationship like that. You can't experience life to the fullest without someone else. Otherwise, you're just staring at the brick wall. So like there are hurt people. They say, "I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone in my life." I shared the scene in I Am Legend, and he's looking at the mannequin, and he goes, "Say hello to me." Okay, he starts going out of his mind because he's the only one there. Deep scene. So we're actually supposed, and it doesn't matter, what it is, but we're actually supposed to have people in our lives. And Rebecca writes, "We need a yoked connection." And I've watched this. I could come back and see the results of people 5 years later, people I know for 15 years. You have to have an equally yoked connection, and that goes to your job, your relationship. You have to remember your 4 pillars of existence: health, wealth, vocation, which is your job, and your relationship. So health and wealth again. But what are the definitions to you? These are the energies. Wealth could just be peace. You have the rights. You have the right. I have some very successful brothers I've met over the years. You have the right, and you earned it, brothers. You earned it. Or you could be, there's certain things like I'm here to have a certain type of experience. So there's a lot of extra stuff I don't feel like doing right now. I don't feel like doing it. I'm more fascinated. Maybe this type of life resonates with you. It's about your everyday life. So what is the wealth for you? What is the wealth, right? What's the wealth for you? What's the experience for you? What is that? We need to have a job. So this is where it comes to the people that aren't getting it. You don't go straight to the end. There are people there are fake social media influencers that put a picture on this. But the truth of the matter is, anyone that wants to hear me, you must go through it. There is a path to that destination. That means you might have to clean the floor or work in the baseball card store or work in the church, in the school, painting and waxing the floor, right? You want your floors waxed? I did all these things, right? Working in the church, setting up a church, one of my first jobs. You have to do these things, right? Go be the school teacher. Take the things that you learned. Do a side job with your mother. These are things I've done in my life. I didn't go straight to the end. There's weak people, and weak men create tough times. But the fact of the matter is, brothers, you don't go straight to the end. And really, going back and seeing all the things that I've done and accomplished in my life. A lot of cushy people on social media. Let me just sit here and this and that. But you don't go straight to the end. We all have a journey, and we have to work the matrix jobs first. And then we rise up, and then we say, you know what? Now we can, I've learned, I've seen, I've conquered. Absolutely, Earth Angel Fire. I was talking to some of my friends. All the money's going out to bills this year. There's not all the bills are up, especially when it comes to water, electric bills. What's going on? Anyone that want to comment? Money's going out the window. All my brothers say it's amazing, right? There's no let's go party. Oh my God. It's just paying bills. It's wild. Ain't it wild? Here come the bills. All right. So when you start opting out of the modern life, you don't go straight to your lifetime relationship, right? I did a full video on this. And there are reasons, there are seasons, and there is the lifetime. You don't go straight to the lifetime, and this is the problem. A lot of people, they don't know nothing about life. They don't know nothing about life. And they go straight, hurry up, let me get married. Hurry up, let me go right into this relationship. And they got eviscerated. If you're a man of leadership, you should be dating older women when you're younger, learning, building, not rushing into things, brothers. I know a lot of guys, and they're younger than me, and they absolutely eviscerate. They have no backbone. If you're the divine feminine, you have to understand who are you getting in a relationship, or however that relationship looks. The problem in a modern society, there's a lot of dementedness in the brain. A lot of modern women look for a weak man that they could control. And the fact of the matter is, there's people that I know for years, good women that I know, and they can't stop working. And you can't even have a time to. They have no time to do nothing. If you're a woman that hears this, like some because that's how women are. But I'm giving you advice. If you choose the wrong man, you're going to work forever, and they can't stop. Your nervous system is not wired that way, right? Brothers. Right? I speak to a lot of people also, the similar journey, right? stayed away from all the chaos. You don't need a woman to define you. Once you reach that place, it's only the divine feminines that come in. All the Jezebel spirits, they scurry. They scurry like cockroaches when the lights go on, because you are the light, brothers. You have to understand the difference. You have to understand the difference. It is the Matrix, Chris Mason, 777. I appreciate you. So, you know what? Yeah, I have friends that they lost a lot. You don't rush into something. You don't go for the arm candy. It's always frequency. Anything in life. What is the frequency? That's why what we do here on this channel is it trumps everything else. It's not the physical, it's the energetic. I could teach people how to manifest, conscious create, all that stuff. But every aspect in life, it is going to go to the frequency. You attract people through frequency. You have a daily job, which is a vocation according to frequency. And once your frequency rises, and if that job or it drops, there is going to be a dissonance in frequency. And if you hold on to that job more, if you hold on to it, it's going to make you sick. Because just at the level, there are physical things. There's been some crazy stuff that's happened in a post-2020 world. A lot of people got sick from things. But it's what I'm here to discuss is your soul. Your soul. You know about these things? Your soul. Your soul is and it's great to see. There's a lot of men that I commune with in all of the gyms and so on and so forth that are interested in this. You're becoming more aware of this. And the more that you are true to yourself, this solar plex, this gut is going to get healthy. We're going to get health, and we don't have to do as much. People are grinding the gears. You can't grind the gears forever. You will actually grind your adrenal glands down to you're going to grind your adrenal glands down to nothing. And I went through a phase because again, you don't see these things. If I pop up on your screen, ooh, I'm on TV. If I pop up on your screen, I'm like an angel, maybe even an archangel. I'm like an angel. And I can awaken. And you say, wow, I could see it. I'm here to tell you, my life, the world, that's why the world got crazy 2020. You must be able to identify the loop. Because if my life didn't get I would have just kept going. So quantum shifting in this reality is a paradox. That's why you must get to the frequency. You are realizing modern life, scam. You didn't need all the money, the prestige, the fake relationship. No, but you have a drive in life. See, real men want to build. You want to build things. Not just be a cog. You want to have a woman that inspires you. Get like a generator. And everything else is going to drain you. The job, if it's draining, you just got to go to the body. Midge, this lesson is on fire today. I appreciate it. You could hit the Holy Spirit fire in the chat. It's blazing, light warriors. But what you come to realize it is the simple life. It is the simple life that you actually crave, because all these other things it drains you. It's really about peace. I hope anyone that hears this. I know very successful women as well. And if I were to have them on, they would tell you, all you younger women that hear all this nonsense, even they were, and some of them were forced because they became very successful. They can't stop. and their lives, and they feel trapped. And so now you're further down the road. Now you're further that you can't get out of it. You can't get out of it. And, and there are men that have rebuilt. There's men that, I had to rebuild. We're constantly rebuilding. We're reassessing. But sometimes we go way too far down. And remember that God, if once you are in alignment, this is what it means to actually be obedient to God. You could watch it play out here. It doesn't mean you grovel on the floor. You have to be a leader. But God is going to say, oh, okay, we're going to take this away. We're going to block this over here, right? Because you don't see, but from a higher vantage point, if you would have went down that road, and this is laser pinpoint accuracy right now, if you would have went further down that road, it would have been more of a devastation. You would have went too far away. If you're driving on the turnpike, all right, you're driving on the roads, and you missed the exit, but you didn't, so now you missed the exit. Hello, you had to go this way. So sometimes we say, why is this so sudden? Did you watch my video? Life changes suddenly. Why? I thought, but I thought I was doing I was living, the straight and narrow. I'm connected to God. Why does it boom, go suddenly? The answer is, because if you would have went further down, you are about to miss the exit, or maybe you missed the exit, but you could, okay, but there's like another thing, and you could get off here, and you could make a U-turn. It wasn't such a big deal. But if you missed the exit, now you got to go all the way down. Then you got to come all the way back. And the fact of the matter is, even though we know that the linear time is fake, it's still the construct that we're working out of time, right? Linear time right now. Yeah, we all miss some exits, Jen. But that's the point, because if you go too far away from the exit, you go too far into this modern life. It's a total scam, and people are waking up to this. That doesn't mean you don't work. Like, what I'm here to do is talk about and teach these things to people in alignment. It doesn't mean you don't work. It's not. What's the point of being alive? You have to have some kind of drive in life, but you don't go into that matrix life, that modern life. It's literally a scam. It's a scam to steal your years, your time, your life force energy. A wise man once said, I ain't got time to bleed. It's true. You don't have time for these things. You don't have time for the modern woman, brothers. You want to waste your time with a simp that you could control, divine feminine? Go ahead, do it. Come on, do it. If you want to ignore, it's free will. I suggest you go do it. See how it turns out for you, kid. A lot of people in life are stubborn. It's the modern era. But there's a lot of people that they want no part of this. And it's the constant, that's time as well. You have to accrue more money just to waste the money. A lot of people are waking up to corruption, all these other things, and people, the everyday life people, the money's been drained out, and you have to realize that currency, it is needed to operate out of this reality. You do it. So the trap is set for you. We go back to time. What is the modern life? It's a scam. You better hurry up and get married. You better hurry up and get that job because someone else is going to take that job. Or you got to go to college. You got to 4 years. You got to pay that loan off. Wash, rinse, repeat. The Matrix, modern life is a scam. You could save yourself. And those, we were given an opportunity to rise over the past few years. So if you saw the writing in the wall, if you took ownership of your life, if you say, I'm not going to, and sometimes we're inspired by, I don't want to be like those people. Does that resonate with it? You might see individuals in this world that they're just not, they have to do better. They have to do, sometimes people like that inspire you. Like you could see a successful man and he's doing it, and that inspires me to do better. But sometimes we could also be inspired by the filth. Okay? About 15 years ago, Matt, it was actually my second place championship. Yeah, I won one and I came in second in the next one. That's another story for another time. But yeah, I won that it was about 15 years ago. People say, how do you not age one day? They tell me, how do you not age? I tell them certain things, and I was telling some of the younger guys, the number one way of staying young and healthy is staying away from psychopath women, fellas. The bell is back, baby. Yeah. How do you get your peace, bro? Get your peace, bro. Once we ascend, we are 33 forever. Yeah, so that's the old modern life. People, the age is finished. Those that have done this, right? So what happens when you do this, right? We'll do some overtime today. I appreciate if you hit the like button. If you're enjoying this, I'll keep going. Okay, you asked me the questions, we'll keep going. All right, just dropping the like supports it. So when you do this, the color, class, and creed, all that stuff dissipates. Your social class, right? Rich people, poor, all these other things. Like, there are people that actually don't care about money, right? And they probably could, like, none of it matters. It's just about the soul. It's about the frequency, not about the age. There are 25-year-olds that are far exponentially greater than lost souls in their 40s. Still in the mother's basement, still on social media. What are you putting out into the world? Well, everyone else is doing it, right? That's the low-hanging fruit. That's the modern way. But we're actually going back to the organic way. Like, something happened in the world. The world was hijacked. Absolutely, Sean. Sean writes, no psycho woman need apply. It's the number one way of staying healthy, brothers. Okay? And when you do this, though, you could see such a stark difference. God is compare and contrast. How do you feel? So, and you will see the antagonistic energies of life. Absolutely, Matt. Appreciate you. Where are you now, and where do you want to head? And how does it how does the situations, does it feel like it's draining you? It's pulling you down? When you do this and you have opted out of the mind, you can only operate with other people, right? You'll only have divine feminine in your life. The other ones run away, brothers. If you are a very strong and divine feminine woman, okay, weak-minded men, they get triggered by that, right? So it's always backwards. It's always a paradox. It's always a paradox. And then there's people that you could you like, this is how it actually looks like. Like, you see your friends, and there's like the invisible cage, and they're like, and there's nothing you could do. All you could do is do you. All you could do is do you. We'll put that on a shirt. Okay? All you could do is do. That's all I could do. Because people that's not unconditional love. There's people that are just there. See what they could get from you. Nah, bro. Right? You got to see some of these broads out there today. Anyone that has no clue. Like, some people, I tell them the stories of what the mindset is. It's wild out there. All you can do is do you. All I do is show up. We're running low today. All I can do is show up. And I'm grateful that, again, we don't know where we're headed. We're headed to destination unknown. And but the only way that we could get there is if we totally dislodged from the matrix. And you could save your life if you make this switch, because there are people, men, woman, doesn't matter what the background is. Once you see it, you'll never unsee it. And the scams of, I can't tell you how much time, energy, money, all these things are drained. And once you get to the simple life and you leave that like, there are great people that are tuned into this. That's why you have to get this through. If you did not watch my video, God says you're not the savior anymore. Oh, you got to watch it. You got to study it. It's all a trap. We start from the inside and then we work outward all the time. No need for anything else, okay? We went on a road on post 2020. 2020 happened, and then the unraveling happened. And that was our road. And all roads lead to I am. Period. The end. The modern life, it truthfully is you got hoodwinked. You got hoodwinked. I like to use some of these fancy words, right? No, you got hoodwinked. You got tricked. It was a trap. Get out. Get out now. Some people don't like it because they dig in more. So there is this differentiation that is happening. And maybe you're a woman and you were friends to another one, and then you realize what's going on, right? A lot of us, I grew up in Brooklyn, Italians that are out here, right? Yeah, you might resonate with these. And then you go out in the world and then you say, whoa, what's going on out here? I want to do this and that. And then all of a sudden, people taking advantage of you. So you, until you see this, you have to get self-respect. You have to activate your intuition. And when you're operating, not everyone deserves your time and energy, period, the end. Not everyone deserves your time and energy. And there you are, giving everything away, your life force, not the material stuff. The material stuff can go. But at the end of the day, you must exist. It's literally one of my first videos that I've ever done. What do you have to do? Exist. Otherwise, the game is over. The Matrix. The Matrix is a trap. The modern life is a scam. And you were a human battery. If you made it to the end of this podcast and you were listening in, you You have your whole life ahead of you now, kid. You're dislodged. Is it a great lesson today, Linda? I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone tuning in. And this was a refinement. We left the hard season. I know that there is a major change about to happen. And the reason for this is nostalgia is the sign right before you let go of the old life. And we're really in an energy of nostalgia and reflection. So I hope people hear this. You have to understand the seasons God puts you in. All right. I appreciate that, Sean, Kenna. Appreciate all the beautiful comments. You have to understand this. So before I conclude, if nostalgia is coming up, reminiscing, right? Compare and contrast, all these things. Perspective is coming up. You know, this is what comes up before there's a total let go of the total. It's a totally different frequency. It's a totally different way of existing. And the only way you could totally exist differently is if you let go of the modern life. It was a scam. It was a design to steal your life force energy. Now, take back control of your everyday life. I appreciate all of you. And if you really love this podcast today, I'm so grateful if you smash the like button and leave a comment down below. You could click subscribe. I appreciate that. You get the notification on your phone. And check out some of the related videos. We have posts on Facebook all day long. Check us out on Facebook. New post on Patreon. Instagram, utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives because it's about all of our lives living freely and sovereign and not having to fit into the box. There's so many people, you know, growing up in Brooklyn, so many different backgrounds. Men, women, gay, straight, it doesn't matter who you are. Your high commander has your back till the end of the line. And that's how we live our life. And we've really been on it's been like spiritual warfare the last few years. And we came out of it on top. So I love you guys. Leave comments about your journey. Is nostalgia coming up for you? It's the sign right before you totally let go of your previous life, and it's really you're on a journey to achieve peace. You will find yourself on the other side of suffering, and that one season is over, and the next season begins. This is where we are, and this is where we are. Start loving people. Start cherishing the moments because that's all you have. Because one day you might have gone down the road of the modern life too far, and you'll never have that opportunity. And there are people they can't even come. They're just too busy. They can't get out of it. So I hope this inspires you. Take back your freedom. Go after love. Remember that fear is the opposite of love. Go after love today. And that means you might be quote unquote scared. Any questions about that? I have full videos on that. Every time it's for you, there's going to be fear there. It's going to be might be a little afraid. I'm so afraid. That's the answer. It's a paradox. Hello. Are you subscribed to the channel? Are you learning the truth here? Paradox, people. If you're a little scared, there's always fear if it's your path. I know at first glance, if you haven't done this and you're new, that doesn't sound right. If there's tremendous fear, if it's the scary, look at the scary one. But everyone's going this way. Okay, let them go that way. Do you, girl? Do you, brother? It's always all the time. Because the fear is a frequency. It's the gatekeepers of the matrix. So let go today. Go to peace. Go to love. Take back control of your everyday life. All right. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you all. Check out some of the other content. Keep going, kid.